I'd like to just actually say briefly, I've had a tremendous amount of pain associated with this. I don't know if you saw me struggle getting up the stairs. That's because I don't have my service dog with me. My tragedy is a little bit different in the fact that I was running a company, software company in the early 2000s, and I was hit by a semi. It put me in a wheelchair for over 2 years. 34 surgeries later, I'm here. That is not the tragedy. The tragedy is the fact that because of those surgeries, I had painkillers in the house, and my 15-year-old son started using. My 15-year-old son became a full-blown addict. The pain, 7 years of nightmare. That's all I can say. It's an absolute nightmare for a family to go through. And that's what my family experienced. I'd like to tell you another story, briefly. My best friend for 35 years. We had our babies at the same time. She had Danny and Rosemary. Danny, I don't know if anyone knows Brock O'Hearn, but Brock O'Hearn Danny was a blonde Brock O'Hearn, 6'6", black belt in karate, and he got into drugs. Danny, my kids separated during the teenage years. Danny got heavily into drugs, got put in jail overnight, could not handle the Oxycontin withdrawal, walked over to the Santa Rita Bridge, hung there until a semi came and dropped. That's what happened to my best friend's son. The most amazing young man, smart, intelligent, and the withdrawal from Oxycontin killed him. My son has been through 4 rehabs. He's been on heroin. He's been on meth. And the only thing I can say is God truly does bless us in many ways, because I found out he was on heroin, and I basically grabbed my son and went up to Oregon in the middle of nowhere. And I went through withdrawal with him, which is an incredibly ugly experience for any person, parent. The TV cannot demonstrate the pain and the suffering that you go through when you're going through heroin withdrawal. 2 days later, a bad batch of heroin went through Sacramento. You don't hear anything on the television. You don't hear anything on the media. That heroin was through my son's dealer. 17 of his friends dead. And we don't hear enough about it. It's a stigma. I've been told over and over again, you're just a bad parent. You just didn't know what you're doing. I'm sorry, but I've led a Christian life. My family went to church every Sunday, and it had to do with their friends and the fact that I had the pills around. And now I represent Safer Lock, and I am a chief executive officer, but I'm the volunteer. I do not get paid. I do everything, and I have a sample. It's a locking cap, saferlockrx.com. I'm all about prevention, preventing those teens from getting those first drugs. I can't tell you about, if you just lock it up, your kids are good. They don't want to disappoint you. But you know what? They go there and take 2 or 3 pills at a time because they know that you'll never catch them. You keep it locked up, and they're not going to take them because they do not want to disappoint you, and you're going to save lives. Thank you very much.